You know, some days are tougher than others to do, you know, a daily video for you. If there's a specific project I'm working on or something like that, then, you know, I can get loads of good shots and there's a story to it and that kind of thing. But if I have a sort of general work day, you know, where I'm going to the cafe, doing some work, you know, got to go to the workshop to sort of sort some stuff out, make phone calls, I feel there's not a lot, you know, I can share with you. So my new strategy, and the one I'm trying today, is just to take you with me the entire day, and hopefully something or things will pop up that will, you know, make for an interesting video, and, you know, while I wait for the jet engine and the electric skateboard and projects like that to pan out. You know, it's funny, when I go somewhere in the car or the pickup and I want to show you that in a video, I usually do like a sort of speeded up sort of time lapse with music and that kind of thing. But unfortunately for 3 days I have not been able to find my GoPro. It's just disappeared. I would attach the GoPro to the front of the car. The last time I had it was when I made this video. I have looked everywhere, cannot find it. No idea where it's gone. Looked in cars, workshop, house, multiple times. So in the meantime, you're just gonna have to make do with this. Okay, so I am down here because we have 12 tweezers tumbling in the new vibratory tumbler. We're doing 12 of them because we need, you know, a number of them, like a bunch of them to do, so that we know there's a consistent finish across a number of tweezers, and we didn't just luck out and get a good finish on one of them. Looking pretty good. Right, time to keep going. Right, very quickly, I've been thinking about this skateboard and about turning it into an electric skateboard. I've mentioned that in at least one previous video, maybe more. This is some string stuff, but it's a good representation of, you know, the size of the motor. A motor would actually be a little bit bigger than this, but it gives you an idea. Now the motor would either sit there or there. It could be on either wheel. Now actually this is the front of the board, that's the back. It doesn't matter for this though. What I'm finding tricky right now is that I can't quite get into the frame of mind where, you know, it's taking a lot of thought to get, you know, to do what I want to do, because I don't want just a belt and a pulley that attaches to, you know, the truck here. You know, some wheels you can get with motors in them, that kind of thing. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to do it so that, you know, I can use whatever wheels I want. Not that I'm some sort of skateboard aficionado or anything like that. I just don't like the idea of being stuck to one type of wheel, or a wheel that has like a plastic core in the middle that you attach a pulley to. I want it to be simpler than that. And just as a reminder, hold on. I want to use something like a skateboard wheel or some sort of driving wheel so that it presses onto one of the skateboard wheels. That way the motor and the whole electric thing can be transferred to another skateboard, or I can put different wheels on, or that kind of thing. I hate having limitations, I really do. That's just a personal preference. So yeah, that's really all I've got for you today on this. I thought I'd just give you an update saying that there's a lot more to it than you realise. An electric skateboard, to do it in the way I want to do it, it requires some thinking, it requires, and the other problem is that I've really not come to terms with living in New Zealand and having very poor access to supplies and products, and we have so little available here, and I have to import everything. It takes weeks, and it is what it is. That's fine, but it does mean that projects like this go slowly. But not only that, you need to kind of figure out well in advance how you're going to do it, because you're going to start ordering in supplies, and if you can't do it one way and you have to do it another way, then it's another 2-3 weeks wait or whatever it is on whatever parts you're after or that you need. So yes, taking it slowly on the electric skateboard. Right, I've got some work to do on the computer, and then I've got to go back into the workshop. I forgot I had a meeting there today. I'm meeting with a guy who knows quite a bit about tumbling, the new vibratory tumbler. He's been running these machines in Australia for a number of years, and so he's coming along and sort of to, help me out, and we'll discuss things and see what I'm doing, that kind of thing. Right, workshop time. Do you want to know my shame? This is my shame. Okay, so what exactly do I mean by that? Well, this workshop, in my head I visualise a crisp, clean workshop, well organised, great machinery, spotless. But as you can see, this isn't one of those workshops. I mean, just take a look at that dirty sink. But when I moved in here just over a year and a half ago, there was nothing here. That dirty sink was actually installed here already. We ripped it out, we put in our own stainless steel one. That shelf and grinding unit wasn't here, that tumbler wasn't here, that pallet truck wasn't here, the centrifugal tumbler wasn't here, the water jet cutter that used to be here, that's now in the new workshop, that wasn't here. Two things have happened. Firstly, we've outgrown this place pretty quickly, and the messiness and untidiness and slapdashness of it all kind of snuck up on us. And secondly, there's a lot of dust and dirt covering everything. Now that came from two things. Firstly, the water jet cutter, it seems to spray gritty garnet sand everywhere. And secondly, we did a lot of grinding of titanium, and we didn't realise how much black dust came off titanium when you ground it, and so before we knew it, there's a layer of black dust over everything. Now you're probably wondering why I'm telling you this. Well, I thought I would give you a workshop tour. I'm no longer ashamed, because I know we're going to be going to the new workshop, and after having experience of running this workshop for just over a year and a half, I know what I want and I know what I don't want, and I know how I'm going to lay it out and all the other goodness that comes with getting a new workshop. So let's do this tour. 3 rulers on the wall. I cannot emphasize how handy it is having those 3 differently sized rulers there. Mind-blowing. Various tumbling media, air compressor, control panel for the vibratory tumbler, the centrifugal tumbler. Now this is a very specialised drum sander that we use for sanding the sheets of titanium. And this down here is an ultrasonic cleaner. We use that for cleaning some of the titanium parts that we do, parts with threads and things like that. Now these are various fluids and greases and oils and stuff for maintenance and cleaning and all the stuff you need in a workshop, really. These are boxes of failed prototypes, successful prototypes, just random stuff. I might even dig through it and show you one day. kettle for tea and coffee, whiteboard, some titanium products and prototypes and stuff like that. Now these are parts of a tumbler that we bought, never really used, and one of the reasons why I will never buy secondhand ever again. An amazing ladder, not cheap but unbelievable. Blast cabinet for bead blasting and things like that. Loads and loads and loads of plastic tubs. $600 worth of plastic tubs, in fact. I was always buying plastic tubs and I decided I never want to have to buy a plastic tub again. So a year ago I just bought everything this big plastic shop had, and yeah, I've not had to buy any since then. Old scraps of titanium, various sanding belts and things like that. Pallet truck, or as they call them here in New Zealand, a pallet jack. This is temporary, this is the crate that came in. This metal frame is actually the frame for that blue tumbler that I mentioned earlier. It's a really solid unit, so we're probably going to keep it as a bench storage type thing. These are the barrels for the centrifugal tumbler. Stainless steel bowls that we use for storing and sort of cleaning the various bits of titanium, you know, in between tumbling processes when they're not in the barrels. Very dirty, very messy, but very effective bench grinder. Right, I think that's it. There's all sorts of other little knickknacks and stuff like that around, but that's the majority of the stuff here. Okay, here's the secret. I wanted to do that to shamefully show you this messy, dirty workshop, to push me into really getting everything over to the new workshop. Yeah, sometimes you just have to use mental tricks on yourself. You know how sometimes I say I'm an idiot, and then I show you or tell you about something that, you know, where I did something idiotic, stupid, whatever. Well, right now, I'm gonna prove to you that I am in fact an idiot. Wait right here. I have this bag that I keep in the back of the pickup or the Audi or whatever car I'm driving, and I have various photography stuff in it. Or filming stuff. I keep things like this in it. You know, a spare microphone, my old microphone. And in it, I found... Dun, 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 dun. Everywhere I looked for that. House top to bottom, all around the workshop, both cars, for 3 days looking for that GoPro. And it was where I usually keep it. If that doesn't prove I'm an idiot, I don't know what does.